Tonight, we have returned to the International Blue Water Bridge that connects the United States and Canada for a time-lapse sequence of the moon rising over the bridge, the sunset happening, and who knows what else we'll find. We are approaching sunset in mid-November in southeast Michigan, and that means hopefully we're going to have some beautiful golden colors. Our plan tonight is to get the moon traveling over the Blue Water Bridge, the International Twin Span, as the sun sets. So we should be getting some golden lights in the sky and the moon passing overhead. It's about a half moon tonight. Now I'm going to put up on the screen some of the research I was doing earlier. One is the app Clear Outside. I've mentioned that quite a bit before, and that's the prediction of cloud cover. And as you see, we're expecting quite a bit of high cloud cover tonight. I've also used the app Meteor Earth, which I'll put in the screen right now. As I scroll through time, it's predicting an incredible covering of clouds right over the sunset time that we need, and that's between about 5 p.m. to about 6:30 p.m. tonight. One thing those of us from Michigan always say, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it'll change. And that's what we're experiencing right now. We're experiencing probably the best of conditions I could have hoped for. The high clouds are breaking up. We're getting some golden light from the setting sun during golden hour, and the moon is now visible, even though predictions were that it was not going to be. I've already set the camera up. We're doing intervals for our time lapse, one photograph every 2 seconds. I had the exposure locked down, meaning I have the shutter speed locked to, I believe, if memory serves me right, 1/30th of a second. And I have the aperture set somewhere around f9 or f11. I'll put it up on the screen right now because the EXIF files, of course, on the digital image has got all that stored. What a spectacular night this is turning out to be, from predictions of just total cloud coverage and no visibility whatsoever. The seagulls are out. As you can see, they're flying. What a wonderful sight. Our moon has made an appearance through the clouds, and we're just entering golden hour right now, as you can see in the sky behind the Blue Water Bridge. This truly is international transportation. We've got the train tracks that lead into what is one of our paper plants that produces paper here in the community. We have the river. Actually, it's Lake Huron becoming the St. Clair River right at this point, international waterway. We have the Blue Water Bridges that span from Port Huron, Michigan, over to Sarnia, Point Edward, Canada. It's the 3rd largest travel crossing in the United States. For an evening that was predicted as terrible for stargazing or seeing the moon, it's turning out to be pretty nice. Glad you could be here with me. If you saw the video of a time lapse I did earlier this year, you remember that my camera battery ran dead in the middle of that time lapse. Well, I'm taking no chances. I kind of MacGyvered up a battery pack into my camera that should be providing a little extra power for us tonight. I had done a time lapse at this site earlier this year, and I'd hoped to get a number of different effects and things, but the cloud cover absolutely covered the moon, as was unpredicted. This time, the cloud cover was predicted to cover the moon, but it's open and we can see the moon passing overhead. Well, this truly is a beautiful night in this area. I'll tell you, I almost didn't come out and do this because of all the predictions of the cloud cover and how the conditions were not going to be suitable for any kind of sky gazing or seeing the moon or even getting any colors out of the sunset. It's just a lesson learned that always go to where you plan, because you never know what the conditions are actually going to be when you get there. The Blue Water Bridge does run east and west, so we are actually looking south at the moment. So the sun is setting off to the right. So we're seeing those colors skim across the clouds behind the bridge. How do I even say this? One of the challenges or things that can happen when we're doing videos like this, these vlogs, we move forward. It's not like we've got a script, we know exactly what things are going to come out and how it's going to be. We go out and you get to see live as it's happening the good things and the bad things that happen in these photo shoots. I mentioned before on an earlier time lapse I had done from the other side of the Blue Water Bridge that my camera had run out of battery. You saw earlier how I prepped and made sure that I had a backup battery plugged into this. One thing I forgot is I had shot a bunch of 4K video on the memory card that was in the computer. I filled the memory card. Deleted the video off because I've already put the video in my computer, I hope. It was stuff done for a stock video agency. So again, we're moving forward, but I've adjusted my exposure to compensate for night. We're now doing 1/2 second exposures at a wider aperture. I'll put the aperture on the screen so you know. And so in essence, we're gonna have a double time lapse tonight. I guess deleting that 4K video off the card wasn't enough. Once again, our card is full. All of my spare cards are laying on my desk at home, not in my camera case. Things don't always go as we plan, and sometimes, as humans, we make errors. We have to learn to pick ourselves up and dust ourselves off and learn from the mistakes we make. Not every photograph we take is perfect. Not every excursion that we do goes perfect, even though sometimes it seems that way on these YouTube vlogs. This is a situation where definitely I'm learning from, to double check my bag and make sure that I have extra memory cards with me, to put a much larger one in the camera if I'm going to be doing a 2-hour time lapse. You've seen the 2 time lapses that I've done tonight with the Fuji camera, and I want to thank you for joining me tonight on this adventure.